Black Label. Ultimate bullet. Can you evade this?
Yep, pretty much if you like that, you'll probably enjoy playing Hyperdimension Neptunia Mk2. The story is pretty much a funny and bashing visual presentation of the console wars between the Xbox 360, the PS3, and the Wii. And all the hacking and pirating of the gaming world serves as the game's antagonist. The story is funny and entertaining, and the characters break the fourth wall sometimes and even joke about the console war. The story isn't going to win any awards for being groundbreaking or even clever. It knows it's not taking itself seriously, and it's relying on its humor and entertainment to keep you playing. The characters are pretty much your standard JRPG archetypes and anime archetypes. Hell, the game even states this in one of the cutscenes.
Oh yeah, such a perfect collection of archetypes. The girl next door, the tsundere, and the polar opposite twins!
Pretty much the only reason you will like these characters is because of their cute, hot, or sexy designs. Don't kid yourself just thinking there's anything more deeper to them. You'll only be fooling yourself if you do.
Problem was obvious to anyone with brain.
The graphics overall are decent and are an improvement over the first game, although that's not really saying much. There are more attention to detail when it comes to dungeon designs, and character models look a little bit better. And the ability to change Netgear's CPU form skin to pretty much anything you can find on the internet is pretty nice. The game still looks bad in comparison to, well, pretty much any other game in the current generation. Instead of using the game's excellent artwork for the cutscenes, the in-game character models are used for them instead. It's kinda disappointing since the actual artwork for the characters is 10 times better than the actual graphical models. It's my guess that developers were trying to try something different, but in my opinion it failed, as having the artwork in the cutscenes could only benefit the game. Overall, like I said before, the graphics are decent at best. The gameplay is quite simple. You'll be going around to find event points and dungeons to progress the story and do side quests. Doing side quests shape the ending of the game depending on which ones you do and what percentage of that side quest increase the shares for a certain city. The shares you gain from doing side quests can manipulate the end of the game, like I said before. However, doing side quests can be a bit boring since there are only two types: the regular old fetch quest and the good old kill that monster. You can also make new equipment and cities to pretty much, create new weapons, armor, and items that will be sold at the store depending on which ones you make. However, it's a little bit redundant and it is not really needed. I found that in my playthrough I barely mixed items together to do virtually anything but to make improvements in healing items. Overall, it's not really utilized correctly. As you progress the story and fight battles, there's a Lily rank that can be used to improve the relationship with the characters that also is a part of shaping the ending of the game. The chirper in the towns are used to talk to NPCs, and they pretty much get side events that can also be used to increase Lily rank and do various extra side quests that can get you better weapons and better armor and fight more superpowered bosses. It's lazy thing to put in the game than the actual town, but I guess for a game of this stature, it's to be expected.
This is nothing. I can handle the enemy myself.
The battles in this game is a turn-based affair. However, you can move your characters around the field in their limited area of movement. Positioning is a key aspect of the battle system, as having your characters close together can be a recipe for disaster, because some of the bosses and enemies have a huge area of effect attacks that can demolish your entire team in a single turn. Action points, or AP, is used to attack, unleash crazy skills, and use items. The battle system is pretty basic and does just enough to keep you interested in what's going on and think of what to do with your next move. Overall, the battle system is fairly decent.
That people stop believing in them. We failed to save them too.
The voice acting is good overall, but there's not a lot. Of course, there's a lot of voice acting going on in the beginning of the game. As the story progresses, the voice acting slowly diminishes. During the middle of the game, you'll get some voice acting, and towards the end, of course, you'll get a lot. But you'll be happy to know that the voices themselves are pretty good, and they fit each character well. Of course, if you don't like it, or if you completely just hate English dubs, there's a Japanese voice option to switch over to. The music, I would have to say, is great. There are many fitting tunes, and the battle theme is one of my favorites. The Last Station theme song and the Realm and ROM battles are some of my favorites in the game. It fits the game well, and quirky, fun setting of the game, the music really does well to complement the game. The enjoyment and whether or not you like Hyperdimension Neptunia Mk2 is quite simple. If you like anime and cute anime girls kicking ass, you'll have fun playing Mk2 and unlocking the bouncing boots artwork. The game is not for everyone, and it's pretty much the very definition of a niche game. But if, like I said before, you like anime girls kicking ass, you'll be able to overlook the game's shortcomings very easily. The game can be beaten in about 25 hours, and with 8 endings, there's a lot to do here. And let's not kid ourselves, people. This game relies heavily on its cute cast of all female characters to win you over. In the end, you'll get your money's worth here if you know exactly what your tastes are.